No, it's too hot.
It's way too hot. The worst knitting podcast ever. Too hot.
Hello.
Hey friends.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Paige.
And we are back again, probably quite a bit sooner than both of us intended. But here we are. We both have the afternoon off, and Paige was more proactive than I was in being like, let's sit down and chat and do some knitting. And at first I was a bit like, got nothing to talk about, but turns out absolutely I do, and you certainly do.
I do.
So here we are. I feel like we should start by acknowledging we're on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and it's good to be here. But yeah, I think last time was a little bit chaotic as well. So
we wrote down a plan. Sarah's planned our gin chat.
What are we drinking? I was going to say we should start with what are we wearing, but instead we're going to start with what are we drinking.
We should have put it in my pottery.
No, but I think this is far more us.
This is the vibe. Yeah, so we are drinking gin and tonic.
That's how I hang out on a Tuesday afternoon.
Am I actually going to give us, like we talk about yarn? Like, I'm using a Fever Tree Mediterranean gin. Tonic. It's a blue one. And then it's applewood gin.
Yummy.
It's actually really tasty.
It's going down an absolute treat.
It is, and
we really need to keep up.
Little cucumber. Yeah, I know, but I'm just savouring it for the whole video.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Anyway. So we've both recognised that we don't have any finished objects. And it's too hot to wear anything.
It is. Like I had something and then I realised, it's too warm. Which, yeah, as I said before, makes us probably the worst knitting podcast host ever. It's too hot. All right.
Well, no, this was like one of my motivations was like, do a Southern Hemisphere knitting podcast, which is basically like, it's hard to do because it's too hot here to knit.
It is. Also, we're upstairs and the sun's coming in and we're baking a little.
It's fine. But actually, I've got a what am I wearing? But this is a sewing what am I wearing? So this is just like a really simple linen gingham smock dress thing. It's like my go-to summer dress.
It's my
super
favourite.
Comfy.
I love it so much. I admire it every time you wear it. Also, we definitely bought the same fabric when I was in Mildura.
Oh, yeah,
I remember I have the exact same fabric. I think.
And you got some pink one as well.
I did. I stocked up, mate. I have so much. But I didn't sew it into anything because...
It's alright, it doesn't go off. You can just hold it.
I know, but see, when I moved back to Melbourne from Mildura and I wasn't living next door to Sarah every day who could just help me with all my sewing queries, I just gave up. Also, my machine broke and then...
Look, multiple barriers.
Yeah, there were multiple reasons.
It's fine.
But yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Thank you. It's like heavily inspired by... I didn't actually... did I buy the pattern? Maybe I bought the pattern, maybe I didn't. Heavily inspired by, I think it's called like the penny dress or like the perfect everyday dress by Rosary Apparel. Have you ever seen her stuff? She's from Launceston in Tasmania. She's like got a really aspirational colour palette. Like she dresses really well. And she makes really good sewing videos, like simple ones, like really like straightforward, really good beginner sewing patterns. Really good like tutorials and stuff. My favourite part about this dress is my little pockets.
That's pretty neat. They also I like the accent fabric in them.
Always.
But it's different, but it blends.
Thanks.
I don't know, yeah. I like it a lot.
So given we've not got anything else to talk about, I think we need to talk about where we're at project-wise. How are you going?
Okay, so I am notorious. I've only brought up 2 of my work. Actually, I've got 3 work in progresses up here, but I'm notorious for leaving like just the tiniest little bit left of a work in progress and then putting it aside and then starting something else and never finishing it. But anyway, we'll start off with like the most exciting one, which, did I talk about my work in progress last time?
I reckon you did, but you've done a lot since I last saw you.
Oh, cool. Well, it's the Fortune sweater by Petite knit, and again it's in the ochre and the cremka yarns. So this is the ochre yarn. It's so pretty. It's like this cool toned purpley colour, which I adore. I think I love like a cool tone pinky purple. And then that's the chrome car. Anyway, beautiful pattern, so easy to knit. I finished both sleeves now, but you know, classic me, I haven't finished the end on one of them because I told you I hate changing steps.
Oh, right.
I hate it. And then it meant I had to get up from watching TV and get new needles. So instead I've just left that with the intention of coming back to it and just started knitting the body, which means I'm going to finish the body and then I'm going to have this left and I'll procrastinate it for another few months. But anyway, so there's that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How many do you have? Are we going to alternate?
Mine are like WIPs in a sense that like they're more just grievances. So I'm going to start with maybe my first grievance.
Yeah, please.
I haven't got, feeling a little like I've lost my like sewing, knitting like mojo a bit. Mainly because like I'm doing a lot of things which are not working out.
You told me this like, it was like a full bereavement vibe when you told me.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
She comes in, she goes, oh, I like need a chat. And I said pre-video chat or during video chat? She's like, kind of both. I was like, how about you do the pre-stuff first? And I thought she was going to tell me about some really intense family thing
like
or
terrible
something.
life event.
Yeah, and then you were just like, my projects aren't working out.
These are the things that consume my life.
Yeah,
but,
go.
Okay, so I'm working
Discuss.
on the intersection socks, which is the first pattern in the book of 52 weeks of socks.
Cute.
I'm knitting it in a sock yarn which has yak in it. I'm a huge fan. Oh my god, it's so nice. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's actually like quite soft.
But it's not like slippery.
Yeah,
super
it's like
washy.
yeah. It's soft in a like a rusticy way.
It feels good on the feet. So
Also, the pattern's pretty.
yeah, look, it's coming along it was coming along very nicely because it's a toe-up sock until I had to turn for the heel. And herein lies my grievance that maybe there's two sizes and I made the smaller size, like the smaller adult size, which is 64 stitches, which is what I would normally do for a sock. But I was on a 2.25 instead of a 2.5, which I normally use, and maybe like because of the cable it's got less give, but I couldn't get it over my heel, and so I ripped it back to the start of the gusset and did it again, and I still can't get it over my heel.
What did you change the second time round?
I just did more stitches on the gusset. Like I've not done this type of heel before, but it's kind of like a heel flap and gusset on a toe-up sock, or as close as you're going to get. So I just added more stitches to the gusset, but even then I couldn't get it over my foot. So I pulled this back several times and I'm feeling really like frustrated with it. So I've decided that I'm gonna like give up on this heel construction and I'm gonna do, okay, so my theory is...
Are you gonna do the thing?
Yes.
The thing that I talked about last time that Inga does, where she does a tube?
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. My think that's actually not about it.
Yeah, you should have just...
Oh, no, okay. What I was going to do is because the last set of socks I made had a heel flap and gusset with an eye of partridge heel flap, which I like. Yeah, look, it was the first time I'd heard about it too. But
I'm sorry, what are we doing? Where are we? What are we doing?
No, okay, anyway, it's a type of heel flap.
Okay.
I like it a lot. So I was thinking what I will do is, rather than rip all this back, I will do the leg portion, do the heel flap and gusset as I like it, rip this back to the start of the foot and graft them at that point. So that way I haven't lost this part of the knitting. And it's essentially going to be a top-down sock, but I've already done the foot bit.
That makes me a bit unwell.
Yeah, what's worse, ripping the whole thing back, because it's not working as it is.
I think you just rip it but I'm a huge advocate for ripping back stuff, because what if you do all of that and then it still doesn't work?
If I get to the point where I've turned the heel on a top down sock and I can't work out how to graft it, I'll just rip this back, so I'll be in the exact same position.
Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, I'll allow
But
it.
I can get this like to the point of my ankle. It's nice. It's snug.
Can you give us an example? Or you know?
No.
Not for free.
It's not that type of content. Yeah, it's a hard pass. Anyway.
Sorry.
Wow.
Anyway.
So that's my current WIP.
Yeah.
Unwhip almost. Anyway, that was the first thing that was making me feel frustrated. But surely you've got something a little bit more upbeat and a little more G-rated.
Stop saying gyrate on your podcast. Alright, so did I talk about this or no?
No, I haven't seen this.
No, I haven't done it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean, guys. When I say that I won't fix things and I'm bad with it. So anyway, I made this beautiful cardigan. Actually, again, same construction in that it's also ochre and kremka yarn combo. Interestingly, it's beautiful. This is some of it ripped back and like together. Super soft and drapey. And it's the, I don't remember which cardigan. It's a petite knit
I
one.
thought it was April.
I think, yeah, it is April.
Okay.
It is.
Fitting.
Yeah.
I just need to finish it in the next 4 days.
I gotta. Also, I probably shouldn't be just ripping back random bits as I'm sitting here because that. Oh yeah. No,
You're gonna have to rip it all back.
It doesn't
anyway.
matter. I even forgot what I was doing with it. Basically, this is the cardigan, and we talked about how last time we talked about how one of the arms was longer than the other because I think with the decreases it was meant to be like knit 7 rows, then do a decrease row, knit 7 rows, do a decrease, and then I kind of, instead of reading the pattern to do the other sleeve, I just looked at the other sleeve and then I miscounted, so I have an extra row per decrease, which meant that over time it was about that much longer on one side, and the perfectionist that I am, it really annoyed me. So rather than doing the normal thing of just fixing it or just wearing it, I just decided to throw it in my cupboard and never wear it. Anyway, I fixed the length thanks to Sarah's suggestion of just getting over my perfectionism and just ripping back to the part and then putting a new trim on it because I was going to rip back an entire sleeve. Anyway,
I think we're good for each other.
We are
like,
good
I
for
think
each
you
other.
care too much and I care
do.
not enough. And I think we're like, between us, we've hit the Goldilocks zone.
We have. Well, anyway, now I'm still being a bit of a perfectionist because now I've seen Handmade by Florence's beautiful cardigans where she now does the button band double knit, and now I want a double knit button band because now this just looks a bit sad and messy, and I just think it would be so much prettier, and I admire her whenever she wears it so much. So I'm currently in the process of unpicking the tubular bind off that goes across 4 billion stitches to then do a double knitted band, but we haven't finished unpicking it yet. We've done one of the steps, which is the sleeve, and then the second is the button band, but I want to do that later. I can't be bothered.
It's not as fun.
No, it's not as fun.
Yeah. Cool. Good. I don't even want to show my next one. I'm so like disgusted with it.
This
No, I
is
will.
a bit
This
sad, isn't it?
this is real sad.
I feel
no,
like-
it's,
okay.
I just need help. Actually, it'd be good. You can show me what to do.
Okay. I really want to make my one. I have the yarn for it. Classic me. I buy so much yarn. I know exactly which project, but I haven't made it yet.
So.
Why?
Well, I just.
Explain. Again, this is one of those. Where am I? What am I doing here? What is my life right now in my 20s?
Yeah, so like I wanted to, so this is my INGRID sweater by Petite Knit. I was working on the body and then I decided I wanted to work on a sleeve. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff crap in it. And I didn't want to break the yarn, so I just kept the 2 yarns together, and I thought a convenient way to hold them together was to wrap them up.
What do you
in
mean
tinfoil.
kept the 2 yarns
Like
together?
the mohair and the main yarn. Like, so they're hanging off the end of my barber cord here. It's just to keep the yarn.
Oh!
I don't know.
Dude, this is unhinged.
It's worked really well, okay? It's just allowed me to keep the yarn together while
What?
I work on a separate part
But
of the
why
jumper.
don't you just break the yarn?
Because then I'll have to re-sew it in later. Like I'm gonna pick up this bit later down the track.
I know, but
I just
like,
hate sewing in.
I mean,
in
same.
so much.
Same on my jumper sleeve, but I'm not. I'm not doing. I don't hate it so much that I'm going to be the Tin Man walking around town.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sorry, I'll stop being a bully.
But look, I kind of hit an impasse the other night because I was working on it, and it's just like it's not doing what I need it to do. It's just really big, and it's heavy.
It's bigger than I expected.
This is the smallest. No, this is a small. Like there's a
That's
extra
a small,
right? Like
'Cause
I'm a
I-
big person.
No, but also, you know what's wild is I knit all the petite knits in a small with half a needle size up because I feel like they end up being a little bit too small for me, and it gives me a good fabric and a good size. So the fact that this is a small on normal needles,
No, this is up half a needle size. But
Still
I
freaks me out.
I'm like a very loose knitter. But I'm like, it's heavy and I'm not even close to finishing. And these sleeves are absurdly enormous. Like it's very hot, but I think I need to put this on to demonstrate
okay, go.
my disappointment and my frustration. Okay.
Oh, but it's so cute though.
It's okay. It's actually okay. In the light of day, it doesn't
I
feel
take
as
it.
bad.
Nah, I think it's meant to be.
Look
Nah,
at
I think
this.
it's a thing. I think it's a look.
I'm not sure.
I think it's a look. It's an oversized look. Have you seen Anthea's one? Her one
Yeah,
is
but-
oversized too.
It's massive. I'm very unhappy with the massiveness of it.
You don't like it.
I don't love it, but I'm in too deep.
You're very deep to hate it now. This is something where I feel like the amount of work that goes into this sweater, I'm like, I
It's
think,
quick. It's fine. It's so
yeah,
chunky.
but
It flies.
I'm very much like as soon as it has cables on it,
Yeah.
the ripping back prospects, I hesitate.
I understand.
Even though the socks had cables, but it's a sock, so it just feels less bad.
Okay.
What are you
Here's
gonna
my
do?
theory. I think the thing that's causing me a biggest grievance is these really big sleeves. Like, look at it. Like, you know.
I mean, I love it, but I think once you block it, it'll
be even bigger. So what I'm thinking is, I think the issue is the sleeve hole is too deep. Right?
Yeah, so just...
What I think I will do
pick up
is
less.
I will sew up the sleeve hole a bit and pick up less stitches for the sleeve.
You probably could even pick up less stitches without sewing it.
No, but I've already picked up less. Like this is already with like 15 less stitches
Oh,
than
no
what the
way.
sleeve recommended.
Oh.
Which made it really hard because there's like instructions for short rows and stuff, which I had to do a fair
Yeah.
bit of like proportional maths. It was not good. But I
It
think
looks very cute though.
I'm
But who
okay.
would-
Actually, when I'm looking at it on here,
I think it's a vibe.
it's kind of a vibe.
And
I'm
I
gonna need
think-
to make this decision with this up dye. Oh my god, it's hot and it's heavy.
I feel
Like I haven't even done the sleeves.
yeah, it's pretty heavy, but I feel like a lot of my...
It's true. I mean, it's a
Like,
big
feel how
jumper.
heavy that is.
This is way lighter.
Okay, I take
Yeah,
it.
this is a 4-ply. This is an 8-ply.
Yeah, actually it is way lighter.
It's way lighter.
Take it back.
And this is 0 sleeves. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm hating it a little bit less in the cold light of day than I did the other night when I tried it on and was like, what have I done?
And having a grumpy moment.
Yeah, look, it was a deep grumpy moment. But anyway, that's second WIP fail, number 2. Ongoing. To be continued.
I have another WIP, and it's another embarrassing one where it's at a point where I had to change steps and now I can't be bothered with it.
There's like some strong themes coming
I
out
know
here.
it is, right? Alright, so this is a My Favorite Things knitwear pattern, and it's, I can't remember, no, it's a twist loop,
The twist loop.
the other loops top.
Easy to confuse. It's giving strong My Favorite Things.
It
knitwear
is,
vibes.
it is. That's where all my stitch markers went. Anyway, as I said before, as soon as I like get to the point of a sleeve or finishing or like finishing kind of touches, I drop it, move on, don't finish it. So I've started doing this thing where I'm like, you know what? From now on, actually I'm further along on this than I thought I was. I just decided that from now on I'm going to like do the sleeves and then the body and not just finish the body, because otherwise I never end up doing the sleeves.
Yeah.
And so as a result, I'm at this awkward stage. But it looks quite nice. I mean, it's not the neatest right now, but that's okay. But yeah, it's just a little high neck top.
What are you using? What is this?
This is a knitting for Olive.
So luxe.
Yeah, it's very luxe.
Like
this was
merino?
the first order that we did.
cotton?
Yeah, no, it's merino.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like it feels quite cottony though, doesn't it?
Feels fair. It's giving. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty. And so I've done the neckline. Woo, that's exciting. But now I have to do this like double knit. No? And I hate it. It's just annoying, boring, hate it. Never want to pick
Like,
it up.
you've got to concentrate on it.
Not even that, just boring. Like, you know what it is? It's because I feel
You have
like
to
I'm
turn or
doing,
something?
yeah, it's like you knit 4 stitches and then turn it, and I can't be bothered with that. I want to just sit there and just knit into oblivion while I'm watching TV, and this isn't that. So, and also now we're coming into winter, so the motivation's gone. But how cute under like my sweaters, because you know, like this sweater for instance has the holes in it. I want to make a little knitted bralette, or like under my cardigan, like so cute.
Yeah, nice.
I love it. So anyway, I will get back to it eventually. Also love a nice neutral colour.
Where's?
Stunning.
Is that the putty colour or the Marceline or
think-
something?
It's one of the two.
It's
I'll
like
have to check.
a Florence staple colour.
It is. It was heavily inspired by Florence.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually initially was going to buy fennel seed, which I know is her all-time favorite color. And you know, buying knitting for Olive in Australia sucks. Like, it's very hard. You have to pay a cajillion dollars of shipping from Europe. So I think it would have been like 56 Australian dollars to get everything shipped. Like, to get it shipped, because it has to ship via DHL. So whenever I like purchase, I try to organize a group order. Sarah. And also I kind of purchase everything that I've ever dreamed of. Anyway, point of the story is I was going to get fennel seed. Didn't look as cute online, but I've since seen other photos and I decided it's a cute color, and I'll probably get it maybe when I do the next order. I don't want to like really talk about it on the podcast in case I haven't bought it yet and it sells out though. The thing that I'm thinking
You'll
of.
have to, yeah, look. Be a little teaser for next time.
I'll tell you what I bought next
we'll
time.
acquire more yarn.
I'll acquire more yarn just because
Absolutely,
I find
we'll
it really...
acquire more yarn.
I know,
It's
it's
just
embarrassing though. Look at this. Okay.
Cool. Have you got any more
No
whips?
more whips.
Oh, I've got one more, which I've just started on.
Ooh. Well done.
Yeah, okay, so in my like, I hate everything I'm knitting and nothing's working out, I'll just cast on something new. I started looking at this yarn that we bought
amazing.
recently. This is the Camerose Llama Tweed, and I'm using this sort of, I think it's called like marine blue or some Danish equivalent of marine blue, but it's a good, just super soft tweedy yarn. And I have cast on, this is from Ozetta, it's called the Field Day Cardigan.
Is that a picture of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, stunning.
Drop sleeve, V-neck cardigan. I thought it was like the right amount of like slouchy for, and I think it could.
It's gonna have good drape. You
Yeah.
can just tell it's going to.
Yeah, and in the pattern she's like, make sure you choose a yarn with good drape, which was not why I chose it. I think I just wanted that like comfortable,
Slouchy.
cropped, slightly relaxed fit cardigan. So I've done the back and I'm just doing the first front. This is how the yarn is looking. I've got mixed feelings about the yarn. It feels synthetic.
Oh no.
Like it feels
Oh yeah, why?
because it's viscose. You know, when we were like, what's the other 25%? And it says Donegal, but then if you look elsewhere, it says 25% viscose.
Is Donegal viscose?
I don't know, obvious, I don't know. Yes. In short,
Why does it feel so...
it doesn't feel great.
Nah, I feel like...
Like
this-
it's fine.
It's fine, it just feels like Spotlight yarn a bit though.
It feels like,
it's a bit disappointing.
you know, like crafts, like real cheapy.
Spotlight is a craft store in
Like-
Australia. It's like Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
in
or like
America.
Michael's or Michelle. What is it?
Michael's. Michelle's.
No, there's a lady name one as well in the States. Don't know.
We'll look
Anyway.
it up. I can't remember.
Joanne's.
Oh, I didn't know. I would not.
I think that's more for fabric. Anyway, it looks nice, I think.
It does look nice. I love how you look at me. Right.
Validate my life choices, please.
Well, I've got the same
No, I know.
but a different colour.
Okay, so it looks nice. It feels fine. I think it will be nice to wear. Like, it's actually got nice drape. And
Yeah,
I think
it
it
does.
will be a nice cardigan. It's not going to be warm. Like, if you feel this, it's not going to be a warm cardigan, which is not an issue. But
Probably a good thing.
it's definitely a good thing.
For
But I
us.
would hazard it, like, I would say to anyone who lives somewhere colder than here.
Not a
which is
Nordic,
like,
not a Nordic vibe.
No. Not a
All the
European
people we
thing.
watch on Europe, not for
Not
you.
for you. Unless you're going to do it as like colour work, maybe.
Oh yeah, but also why
Yeah.
would you? Yeah,
Like,
it's
if you're going
random.
to do colour work, just buy something nicer.
Yeah.
So yeah, mixed feelings. I'll see how it ends up. I'll see how it goes once it's finished. But this is what I've started. It's like, it's really nice to have a simple knit.
Yeah.
Because all my other ones are like complex and not working. And so I've just defaulted back to
Totally, and that's when you like speed through something like that, and it
Well, I
becomes
started this last
relaxing.
night.
Yeah, good effort.
My other concern with it though is I only bought 5 balls. And I think this is going to need significantly more than 5.
Did they have more?
No.
Oh, what have you
I reckon
done?
there's 2 left in Australia, but if we do an online order, I might get some more
How?
because they have it.
At Garntopia?
Yeah. It's a sign. So we might.
This
need
makes
to-
so much sense why you were keen before, because I was sort of like, that is so random, because the secret item that I want to be purchasing from Garntopia, which I found out they have in stock, I asked Sarah if she wanted it too, and she said, nah, but I'll get yarn. And I was thinking, that is so random.
Yeah, here's me being like, I'm trying not to buy yarn, but I'm going to need to buy more of these because there's only
Fair.
2 balls left in Australia.
You know what's so funny that you say this? So I bought the pinkish tone of this.
Yeah.
And I decided last night I know what I want to make out of it.
Oh, what you can make?
I'm going to make this, it's a bit random, bit off brand, a slipover, but you know the slipovers that have like almost like a tiny cap sleeve?
It's almost like a jumper that hasn't had the sleeves.
Exactly.
I like it
There's-
because it gives you like a boxy shape.
yeah, it
in
gives you
cool
like
way.
a good
Silhouette.
frame. Yeah,
Yeah,
silhouette, that's
yeah.
the word I was looking for. Yeah, so I saw one by a Japanese designer, which I cannot remember the name of, and my phone is currently being used to record, but I will show
You'll
it to
tell
you.
me later.
It's beautiful, and it's just a really simple knit, like turtleneck, funnel neck vibe, little cut sleeve,
Cute.
and I just thought so cute, like layered over things,
Mhm,
and I want to wear it to work and just
Yeah.
feel
I
cool.
mean, I guess that's the perk of a slipover or a vest is like the core is warm, but the arms are free to
and
like
I
do
don't
work
own any.
to your
So
phone.
I must. However, then I was thinking I've done that classic thing where I've gone overboard and I've bought so much yarn for a project that doesn't need as much as I bought. So I've got the opposite problem.
Yeah, between us.
Yeah.
Well, see, my thing is I don't want to buy too much, but like I don't want to buy from overseas more than once.
Fair.
So I think I'll get another 5.
Yeah.
And if it needs more than that, it's going to have to be a very ultra crop jumper cardigan because I'm not paying that shipping more than once.
The shipping hurts. It hurts a lot.
That's the price we must pay. for
You know
living
what
as far away from the
sucked?
rest of the
So
world.
we wanted to buy it. So we had been watching a lot of Handmade by Florence and decided, you know what? She loves this knitting for Olive brand so much. We just must get some. And all these like beautiful brands that we see are like yarn makers or whatever that we see online, on podcasts, on Instagram. They're just really hard to access here. Like another one is the Sanders Garn yarn. It's like you can get some of it here, but it's quite difficult. Anyway, so we thought we'd treat ourselves, made a purchase, and I really wanted to get the Peer Gynt yarn with the fleck in it, the tweed looking one, and it was sold out. So I thought, oh, that's rough, they don't have it, oh well, whatever, suck it up, just get everything else you want. So we made a big order, and I ordered everything else, and then I kid you not, the next day, they restocked. And when I say I committed to this group order, I went on Australian Knitters United and
Your
literally,
fave
I know, my fave hangout. I literally made this like giant group order with random people who I'd never met before and just got them to low-key transfer into my bank account and then pick
High
it up from my
stakes.
house. Yeah, I was determined. I know someone could have robbed my house of all my yarn.
That would be the biggest strategy.
I know. But yeah, like it was risky, but it worked. Everyone was, I think, equally excited. But anyway, So I made a second order. It's along the end of that story. Just copped it twice.
I feel like it just means that we end up buying more stuff from
It does.
overseas when we do buy, because it's like, well, I'm putting in an order, I might as well
Yeah, make it worthwhile.
buy lots.
Especially because you get to a point, and it's quite a low threshold, like a threshold where it ends up being the maximal shipping that you pay, because it's done by weight, and then you pay, like say you buy a certain number, like 6 balls or whatever. Yeah, it maxes out quite quickly. So then you feel like you need to make it worth the shipping cost.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyway, that's something to look forward to. We'll buy
I'm
them.
so excited. We'll do it after this video.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we can talk about it another time. I don't know where I was going with that.
In probably 2 months when it arrives.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we go yarn acquisitions?
I'm out, so yes, go for it. I've not got any yarn acquisition, so this is all you.
My favourite part of my video. So work's been hard, so I use that as a really good excuse to just make myself happy with some retail therapy, which is an unhealthy obsession, but that's okay. So over the weekend I went to 2 of my favourite yarn stores in Melbourne, Maker and Sunspun, and I sort of did, it's just serotonin basically in 2 stores. So I talked about in the last video with Sarah that I want to make the overlay jumper vest sort of thing by Susanna from Sana & Co. And I'm making it for my mum, and she doesn't know that we are making these videos, so I can talk about it very freely. And I found it really hard to choose colours, but I decided on 3 colours for it, which are these 3 colours. So I very much picked pretty much the same colours that she has in her neutral one that she wore to the market that day, but I've substituted out the cream that she used for like a pinky colour because my mum really likes pink, but I didn't want to go with something too intense. So it's this sort of pinky peachy colour, and then the other 2 colours are very, very similar to the one that Susanna had. This is the other one. This one's all caked up. I was really silly because I always feel bad asking the people at the store to wind my balls of yarn because it takes time. So I usually only just ask for sort of 1 or 2. And so I said to start with these 2 because I thought, oh, these are the first 2 colours I'm going to use. My mistake, it's a bottom-up sweater, so I needed the other colour. Anyway, they're very cute. These yarns are from Black Wattle Yarn and Fibre, and they're the Sweet Pea yarns, and it's 4-ply fingering weight, and it's like a single ply spun yarn, if that makes sense. Anthea has made a few different, she's made 1 garment out of this yarn, and it has the nicest drape ever. It's super soft, super drapey. Liesl from Maker also swears by the fact that it does not pill, and I believe her, which, because I'm always worried about that, that's a big concern of mine, but yeah, apparently it doesn't pill.
I would trust her like implicitly, like
totally. And she showed me garments in the store, like samples that they've made out of it that have been worn to death and handled a lot, and they look brand new. It wears really, really well. So, and same with actually Anthea stuff's worn really well too.
Yeah, cool.
So I went with that yarn, and I've always wanted to try it. And then to match with it, for whatever reason in the pattern, I'm sure once I actually start making it, I'll figure out why. You need some silk mohair as well.
This is nice.
Yeah.
So it's merino alpaca silk.
Oh, I didn't know it had silk in it. I actually didn't check the composition. I just knew it was
Doesn't matter
luxe.
what it is.
No, I just knew it was luxe because it feels luxe. It was like on that luxe wall in Maker.
It's like top shelf stuff.
It's a luxe price. You feel bougie.
Yeah.
You do. Anyway, this colour is called Into the Darkness. This one's called Pale Coral. And this one, it's like a little, like,
drum roll, please.
like in a bottle kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Bronze. This one's called Bronze. So I'm excited. And then I've matched it up with some silk mohair, but for whatever reason, for the pattern, you don't need silk mohair for this colour.
Oh.
Not sure why.
Okay.
We'll find out when we knit it. And so I bought some Izia silk mohair because everyone says it's the softest, and I think I agree.
I'm into it.
I think I agree.
I'm a bit of a convert.
Also, it's actually quite economical, like, given we were talking about it before.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually not the most expensive one available to us here. So
But
I
it's
feel
got
like
good colours.
Oh, great colours. That was the other thing. Like some of the other brands, like I travelled out of my way like a good 40 minutes in another direction to get Izia because of the colours and because I was buying a few of them. So yeah, these are the two. Trying to get like a good shot. Right. And the navy one is called Colour 100. And the pinky coloured one is Colour 62. And I chose a slightly pinkier one because I like the peach, but I wasn't sure. I kind of wanted it a little bit pinkier, but they didn't have a pinkier one, so I think this will bring more pink into it.
It's going to be perfect. It's
I'm
doing
excited.
exactly what you need it to do.
I'm so excited.
Love that. I'm excited to see how that ends up.
I have one more acquisition. This is just at the same time I bought these Izia silk mohairs.
What for?
So back to that massive Garntopia order we did a million years ago. I bought this Knitting for Olive merino in soft cognac. It's just nice, you know. Anyway, I bought 3 of them to make one of those V-neck slip-over things from Petite knit. I've just always wanted one, just basic.
Real classic
and
Petite vibes.
I wanted it with silk mohair, but surprisingly so hard to find this kind of shade of brown. And you know me, I like to match my brown.
Yeah.
I like to match my silk mohair. But anyway, couldn't find it. Even Knitting for Olive, the soft cognac doesn't have a matching mohair, which is kind of
I
annoying.
feel like their whole thing is like
We match
good palette of matching colours.
like generally, but of course this
I
brown
suppose they have
didn't.
more colours in their solid, like their solid bases.
Like they said that you could match it with like another random one, but it was too different for me, and I've already got that other cardigan I showed earlier, which is very warm toned, and I wanted something slightly cooler toned. So I bought this Izia silk mohair, which is in the colour 7S, which was actually sold out at Sunspun for a while, and then as soon as it came back in stock, they notified me, which was really nice that I could pick it up.
Good service.
Yeah, they actually put it on hold and everything, like, and gave me a ring. It was really sweet. Anyway, they probably just know that
You're a sucker.
I'm gonna buy stuff. But anyway, so yeah, those are my acquisitions, and I'm
Nice.
excited to knit things.
I'm excited to see how that goes. Can I show you? I've got one like non-yarn acquisition.
Yeah, go.
I went and visited a friend down the coast on the weekend.
Oh yeah, you went to Audible.
I went to Audible, and whenever, like, it's about a 3.5 hour drive, and you stop at lots of like small towns along the way, and I just went to I stopped off at lots of op shops or like charity shops, and I restrained myself and I only bought one like old school knitting pattern book.
That's so cute.
But I just love it so much.
I love that. That's literally Better Homes and Gardens.
This is the Better Homes and Gardens knitting magazine of 1994. I like this one on the front actually. I like the kind of stripes. There's just so much.
I like that one. I want that one.
I think this magazine was like 50 cents or something.
Yeah, of course it was.
Shockingly, no one wanted to buy it.
I love this stuff. No, genuinely, this is my vibe.
There's one that I absolutely die for, which is this boy. There's a lot to love in this book.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, okay, this is really random. I know they're meant to be flowers, but I also kind of see a sunny side up egg.
Oh yeah.
And I love
I pay
that. That also looks very Susanna.
It does. I don't know about these sleeves.
Yeah,
Like, you'd want
sub out the sleeves, but love it.
Anyway. Look at this. Isn't that spectacular? I tell you, the 90's like.
It's just because it's back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's really cool.
Yeah, I like this one.
Oh my gosh,
Mohair.
the ducks!
For the kids. Oh, that's a kids one. But that's okay
Whatever.
because you could just borrow the pattern repeat.
I love all of these. That's really cool too.
Anyway, I felt like that was really good value for 50 cents.
Yeah.
So that's my acquisition
I love it.
of my road trip.
That is so great.
Thanks.
I'm so excited by that. I've been getting kind of more into the knitting book vibe.
Yeah, well, you bought a Petite knit, not a Petite knit, a pom-pom
My first
magazine.
pom-pom.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was telling Sarah earlier, I went to Sunspun with the purpose of buying some Izia, but also buying the magazine with the pattern in it, and alas, I forgot to buy it.
Went all that way for nothing.
I went all that way, but they were really nice and they sent me the code. So like I purchased it online and they sent me the code from their store so I could get the online copy. So we're good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I have like a lot of my grandma's old like knitting pattern books, and I think there's like good basics in there. And I think if you were going to do just like a basic jumper, that's as good as anything. That's as like buying a Petite knit pattern or something.
Oh, totally.
So it's good.
I think my hesitation, if I'm being honest, it's so silly. I need to get over it. I really do. But you know how I'm a bit of a perfectionist?
I had no idea.
I feel like maybe this is like a bit personal for the podcast. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so like the concept of like ruining a book from overuse freaks me out a little. Like I know that's a really silly thing.
Yeah.
But it makes me gravitate more towards digital copies because that can't happen.
Yeah.
But I need to just get over it. Things that I love get worn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting better, but yeah, it's hard sometimes.
Wise words. Cool. All right. I think I'm suitably like pickled and hot.
Yeah, same.
I've not got anything else to add, but
Same.
for someone who didn't think she had much to talk about, wowie, we've done well, I feel like.
I think wowie is the Sarah phrase.
Is it?
Yeah, you love a wowie.
I'm always impressed.
Yeah, no, I like it. You know, I agree. I think we're good. I'm also keen to just like knit and watch something.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Yeah, relax for a bit.
If you've got any suggestions, any comments, any recommendations for how I can salvage all of my current flops, please let us know. Otherwise, thank you so much. Good to see you all.
Thanks so much for having me again. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I've got acquisitions I can talk about instead.
I think you have acquisitions always you can talk about instead.
Wow.